We didn't land on the raft. The raft landed on us. This week on Hapless Heroes. Exposition episode.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hapless Heroes podcast. My name is Dave, and I will be your host and dungeon master for this evening. We will start this evening the same way I start every evening by introducing our cast. Today, I feel like starting to my right with Francesco as Percival Flothest.
This is a strange new place, but I'm now suddenly excited to just learn about all the new things and sights and sounds and smells.
To his right, we have John as Jam Jam.
Jam Jam needs more alcohol.
To his right, we have Lou as Lev Zangief.
Hello, everybody.
To his right, we have Mike as Brunner Brew Blitzbore.
I think Jam Jam's speaking my language.
To his right, we have Nicole as Glorp Glup Glop.
I hope my cooler made it.
And to her right, we have Sebastian as Choom Daloom.
Somehow we ended up in the garbage.
So as we left off, there was a little bit of a collision of destiny as you guys and your ship, the formerly Cosmos Concordia, well, maybe it's still Cosmos Concordia if you're the pretentious type who likes to name their house, but otherwise the former Cosmos Concordia has become very...
It's the Casa Concordia now.
Hey, I like that. I like that a lot. Holy crap.
Casa Dojo House.
Which is always Connie to me.
It's our Mojo Dojo
You just
house.
had to write that down. So, yeah, Casa Concordia has become very rapidly integrated into the structure of the raft, this place that you have found yourself upon, almost as though this sort of thing is a regular occurrence, that junk ships just wind up agglomerated to this thing. And as you've kind of noted already as you've looked around, like that's kind of what it looks like, is just a bunch of broke-ass ships jammed together.
But that's like formed like a city. Like this is not like a small space, right?
Yeah.
Like this is like a large. This is almost
This
like
is a lot of junk ships.
Yeah.
Probably unfathomable from our perspective at this point.
Right. Because it looks more like a city than it looks like junk ships.
Yeah, the crowning
yet it is
achievement
both.
of your civilization amounted to junk here.
Yeah, that's
The kindest thing we could say is that it was easy to integrate junk.
Yeah, it wasn't a very quality built spaceship from what we could tell.
Yeah, apparently
anyway.
not. Like, we as like average citizens had these like grandiose views or visions of like what this ship was going to be and like what it was built up to be. And we rapidly learned how ill-equipped it was for this mission and how ill-equipped that crew was to go on this mission that then we ended up going on.
There were a lot of juice boxes and not a whole lot of other stuff. Yeah.
Oh, and I guess the other thing that maybe we should mention in this recap is that we also met a curious hare-like person, a rabbit-like person.
Heron. Yeah. I hate that name for that, but yeah.
Yeah.
We asked him, his name was March, and I'm pretty sure he was going to show us around. And that's where we left off.
Like, okay, guys, look, like, it's a little less than I'm trying to be a tour guide here. It's more like I'm trying to get you, like, how do they say it? How do they say it? Not dead. I'm trying to get you not dead. This
Okay.
is
So you also laughed at me before when I mentioned authorities. You know, we did just crash our ship. Well, this ship into Yeah, and I gesture to the the pile of metal that has been most recently fused to this place.
Choom also does this. The same
Yeah, he's
time.
also
Okay.
gesturing. Thank you, Choom, for the backup there.
Okay, good. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna have a little bit of a walk and talk. We need to be on the move. It looks like we've secured the place, whatever it is you guys
Oh yeah, that's right.
call
We were
this
also securing the home.
thing. Like, look, we got that thing spot welded to the door. It's gonna be good. We're just gonna kind of leave it there. We'll get back to it. Nobody will be the wiser. But
And
we gotta,
no one's gonna come ask any questions or like come after us for accidentally crashing their ship.
So, all right. So the first thing I need you to do, look around. What do you see? So, what
I'm gonna
you
look
see?
around. What do I see? Yeah.
Yes. What we see around us, it would look at first glance like the slums of any large city, even on Concordia Prime. Like, invariably, you get a place in an urban area that's just a little overbuilt and a little run down, and things just get just a little bit too crowded, and things can kind of get a little rough there. Like this, sort of the slums of any city is what it looks like. But as you look closer, you'll notice the storefronts are all a little off from each other. The buildings are all really janky, and some stuff is at some odd angles, and things look oddly, almost uniformly rust-colored.
Flashing neon signs and shit too.
Oh, absolutely. As we get closer to the street and the just sheer number of people that are there, that to make a living at a place like this, you've really got to put yourself out there. So this arms race that's been going on in a place like this it's resulted in some extremes. You've got your neon signs, you've got big gaudy banners, you've got people trying to hawk wares out in the streets, high pressure, like, yeah, come in to the store kind of stuff.
So yeah, very
Is
active then, very populated. So that was actually, that was one of the
Yes.
questions that I wanted to ask last time, but obviously like we were going a little long. Is that like, I was like trying to scan and see like what kind of species and like other like things
Right,
or types
yeah.
of people
Alright.
are we
That's what
seeing?
I wanna know.
Right.
So, yes.
As we're now being led along, right, in this
Yes.
in this walk-in talk, I'm kind of curious, like, 'cause like we are only familiar with what we've seen on our planet. This might be our first exposure to things like even humans. You know what I mean? Yeah.
We'll get there too.
Okay.
Before we leave, Jam is while you're having the conversation, Jam Jam's going to scuttle back into the ship and lock his door, what he considers his door.
Oh yeah, we kind of like welded. we did like a quick spot weld to just secure our place so that no one could come in and steal our shit.
But spot welding a building does not create a lock on the front door.
It's
So
not.
Jam is definitely going to lock his door.
Depends when
Okay,
you
well-
spot weld.
All right.
Permanently shut.
We're gonna do a little bit of hand wavium that gets you inside the door, before it's completely welded and you can get back out. Now, are you just doing your door, or are you doing everyone's doors?
Nope, just Jam's door.
All right, good. I love the self-interest. As we get back, the second door on the right, it's almost looks a little like green cloud kind of hovering right outside the door, like there's some sort of spores or something kind of seeping out through the cracks,
Does it smell?
like Satan's butthole.
Great.
It's awful. It's like it's a little spicy and dirty, and it's got a little je ne sais quoi, a little zhuzh, a little it's like Sex Panther.
Oh no.
Oh, great. Just straight gasoline.
Like,
And
listen,
that's coming from like a sealed door in like I guess like what would be now our cabin session in the Casa Concordia.
look, it was the Cosmos Concordia. We could go ahead and just say it was a sealed door. Big old air quotes on that. And then you crashed it into another pile of spaceships. So it's possible some of the seams are just ever so slightly off.
Got it.
Otherwise, the power seems to be out. Everything is quiet. There are some spores by a door. But otherwise, yeah, that's about it. Jam locks his door. And
Yeah. We have
Did
no
I
other
make a
bit-
note of Jam? Yours was on the left. I think the second on the left, right?
I can't remember which door it was.
Okay.
I just picked a random one and filled it with alcohol, and now they're all broken.
Okay,
Yep.
Jam.
And I was
So,
saying, I don't think
taking a
any of
note
the
on
rest
my
of
map.
us actually took the time to pick any sort of
No.
quarters or chambers. So we'll address that when we get back, I guess.
Yep.
But
I have the currently claimed ones is labeled. Everything else is unclaimed, and we can shake that out later.
yeah, okay.
So
Oh, yeah.
make sure I had that on my map.
So, as the group is getting ready to follow March, can I just, as Choom, get a unique perspective of the trample ability of this crowd of someone of my stature?
Well, I think Fran's question of the different species would definitely clarify
Yeah,
that.
it would
quite a
clarify
bit.
whether you're riding on someone's shoulders or walking the streets, right?
That's what
Okay.
that's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
All right. So I just want to get back into the description of the actual place. So you look closer and it's a little run down, and there's a lot of population density. But when you look even closer yet, you'll notice that the run down is actually, it's all hulls of ships. Like this whole thing is just ships all the way down, like rusted out, like fuel barges and like recently decommissioned military vessels, along with big old tanker ships, along with small wrecked frigates, all sort of just jammed together in this big pile. So you can see what looks like a storefront is just a ship turned on its side, hollowed out. And that's where the stores are. There's a few towering spires that used to be tankers that now have like floors built into them. Off in the distance, you can see what looks like a great big arch, like the bow of some gigantic ship. It seems to be decorated in lots of bright lights and look like some sort of symbols. You look closer still, and we start taking a look at this, the composition, like the actual people here, and a lot of things really do look similar. You spot a GIF off in the distance, and there's a few other animal people through the crowd. You'd say maybe a quarter of the people are some sort of anthropomorphic creature, like our party.
Nice.
And the
But are there humans?
Yes, so we've covered the first quarter of them. So now there's another quarter that are, sort of your fantasy races. You've got some elves, you've got a couple of orcs. There's one
Are
or
there
two
humans?
Dragonborn.
He keeps asking.
Yes. The other 50% are, it looks like some sort of like weird patchy monkey. It's
Hairless?
You prefer the term
I mean-
primate?
like in some places, yes. In other places, no. They seem to have a lot on the top of their head. Like some of them like manes, some of them just sort of droopy, like a horse's hair. One or two have whole chunks shaved off, and otherwise they seem various tones between pink to almost kind of approaching like olive to sort of darker hues. God, this is a real challenge describing humans to people who've never seen humans before.
Yeah, and
I
that's
was gonna
kind of
say,
why
yeah.
we were kind of pushing you to start doing that, because it's just like, I'm really curious to like, how are you going to describe humans to a party that's never seen one before, but to players who are all, at least to my knowledge, human.
Are they
Close.
opaque like Choom, or are they translucent like me?
Ugh, what do you think it speaks?
Seems highly inefficient.
Oh, the rabbit says, them. Yeah, so
Oof.
all right, so we got a lot to cover. First, this place is the raft. It's part of the flotilla. We're gonna get back to that. It's part of like a greater universe. Out there's ships like this and sort of like big old floaty things, space stations, all that sort of thing. We keeping up, guys? Yeah, good. Okay.
Yeah.
So then there's planets. Like you guys, you came from a planet, presumably. It's Planet Crazy or something like that. I don't know what the
Yeah,
fuck
maybe,
it
yeah.
is. I ain't never heard of it. You guys are absolutely fucking nuts for this thing that you somehow brought here. But anyways, yeah. Like I was saying, there's two kinds of planets. There's where we's from, like where you guys is from, like where them's is from. They calls them feral worlds. I don't know why they wants to call them feral worlds, but that's what they are. And then there's them. They call themselves humans, and they're like the worst of every fucking kind of the rest of us put together. Like they breed like players like me. So look, I fuck it. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to feel proud. It's all right. But look, I get to play up to the stereotypes too. But there's people like us, people like me, people like you. But then it's like they populate like that, and God, they wreck everything. But yeah, there's a fucking bajillion of them, and they're all over the place, and they've gotten into everything, and they've taken it over, and they've basically shitified like fucking everything. Like just you wait. Once we get to the part of the story where we're talking to like astral tech and stuff like that, you can fucking find out. It's gonna be fucking hilarious. But
astral tech.
Yeah, I know. Like they really put the ass in their name. I get it.
This is all so much.
Yeah, no.
And where does the word
we
come out of from their mouth? Where does the word come out of?
Yes,
from
I'm actually
their,
surprised that
from
we're
their
all speaking
body?
the same. Yeah, we're all speaking the same language
Yeah,
right
no,
now.
it still comes out of the head. Like we all got heads, we all got mouths. Like it's right
Well,
there.
I don't know
like,
if it is for something
I know
else.
that like that
you
one
know?
guy kind of looks like a rat hiding in a clump of bushes there, but the other one, the one with the smooth face, I think they calls them women's or something like that. It's like the, but
Wait, what do you mean they call? This is like women don't exist in other species.
No. You just stop right there. I'm trying to allow for the fact that not everybody has sexual dimorphism, so we don't all have to worry about looking, all that different shit. I'm not trying to take stuff for granted. I'm being fucking like culturally sensitive here. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. You're fucking making assumptions and shit.
Shit.
That is true. I've never seen woman gift before.
Jam doesn't say anything, but are there people making purchases in shops and anything like that? He's just trying to see how people make money around here.
Yeah, like
or if there's money, or if how like the
right, because our money's probably worthless here.
I mean, so the first thing you notice is it's sort of like a general store. There's people buying like general household goods, cleaners. That's what they're going for, the toilet paper, but also for a gallon of milk and some steak to make some dinner or something like that. Like
like milk steak.
Yeah, like fucking milk steak.
That's one way to say it.
Yeah, I'm trying to describe a bodega to people who've never seen humans before.
I'm trying to decide if I'm offended that they eat steak.
Well, it could be lab grown. We don't know, right?
Sure,
like
that's
that's a whole existential debate that I've actually done a lot of writing on in the OneNote about like what diets might look like in a future state like this. And I think that might be a fun little topic to explore as time goes on.
I mean, lab created or not, it still tastes like me. Yuck.
Okay, this whole neighborhood's kind of.
How would you know?
Like, actually, when I say this whole neighborhood, I mean this whole thing that we're on. It's called the Raft. Like I said, it's a bunch of ships fucking like all fucking jam packed together, getting dragged behind another ritzier ship with another even ritzier ship in orbit of that.
Yeah, I think we saw the ritzy ship. It was like a pancake.
Yeah, the kind of that it's like every fucking UFO in every fucking culture was all based on that fucking thing, right? Like it's all discs and bubbles and shit. Ooh, spooky aliens. I never seen any of the fucking spooky aliens, by the way.
I don't know. Hairless thing down there is pretty.
I feel like
scary.
I've been sold a fucking bill of goods. There's no like tall, skinny gray men or anything. There's just these fucking like disappointing pink like Adequacy the creature walking around.
Adequacy.
Glorp is staring at a human woman and has grown an absolutely redonkulous pair of oversized breasts and then 9 fingers on one hand and 7 fingers on the other.
Oh my god, Glorp.
Oh man. That's interesting. You
What
got
the-
some amazing abilities there, bud.
But there's like no definition, right? It's all just like still ooze that's just vaguely shaped like this.
It
right?
kind of looks like somebody took like a couple of mixing bowls and made jello in them and then like plopped those onto it's just like a big
Oh
yeah,
my
like
God.
a
Like when you make
ball
those
of Jell-O
bubbles with Stretch
attached to
Armstrong.
the rest of a ball of jello.
March does a double take. Holy shit! It's like the avatar of silicone.
Yeah, actually, hold on. I'm curious. Do you have do plasmoids exist out here too?
I mean, it happens every now and again. Like, I've heard of them. Like, there's ooze people out there, but you know, they congregate different from us. Like, you know, bony skeletal things. You know, like they get to focus on the finer things in life. Like I don't know, like oozing around and shit. Like that, you know, they don't like need to like, you know, trying to chase who can count to the highest number of numbers to like have a big number around so that it means they can have more stuff.
Glorp hears the words bony and skeletal, and like you see like the boobs and fingers disappear, and Glorp just kind of forms back into a sad kind of glop shape.
It's all right, buddy. You tried.
Like, knowledge is supposed to be power, but to these people, like, it's fucking like weird obscure ass numbers that's supposed to be power. And the more zeros you got on the end, it means some shit. And like, the more like nobody's calculated before, it means some shit. I don't fucking know, but I gotta chase after this shit. Unless I don't fucking eat. Fucking like the ooze people, they could just like ooze around and shit. I guess I don't know.
I don't know. With March, I just
Like-
feel like I have so many questions. We all have so many questions. Like we've never seen anything quite like this before. I mean, I
Okay.
know you're trying to take us somewhere, but like I just feel like this is overwhelming.
I know. That's why I'm trying to like fill you in on the quick while we're walking. So the place we're going is called Our Lady of Wanderers. All right. It's sort of it's the local. You guys got churches where you're from, like
Yes,
religious institutions.
I mean, our people worship many gods and things like that. You know.
Okay.
I mean, I'm
Okay,
sure you
good.
know.
Yeah, many gods. No, I don't know. I don't know how it is there. I thought maybe there was a chance that like you guys were enlightened or something, but it sounds like you're just as dumb as the rest of us. So it's super fucking hot woman. I really like it. But so you got all these groups that believe in gods or whatever that is. I never took much stock in it, but anyway, you know, some of them believe in, you know, trying to worship by actually like doing right by people and shit. So, you know, you gotta respect a little bit of that. And this is one of those. It's sort of at the center of the community here, like, and you know, maybe if you fall in with these guys, you won't have to fall in with like some of the other gangs around the city. You know, like I'm really hoping you guys don't come from somewhere with crime, but you probably come from somewhere with crime. Like that Chum guy, he seems a little grimy. Like I fucking like him.
I
like
mean,
he understands.
I think
gets it.
it's you know, in a society of laws, there are things that can be considered criminal, but I'd like to think that our home planet didn't really necessarily experience too much of a degree of anything, you know, egregious. It's after many years, you know, our people kind of unified across 2 planets.
Yeah.
Mind you, to
Okay,
to
so
explore the
nobody's-
stars.
Okay, so remind me later. I gotta explain to you what a carjacking is. So it's gonna fucking blow your minds.
Oh, my friend had their car stolen before.
While Percival and March are having this conversation, Jam Jam is looking for anywhere he can like pinch a drink or a cigar or a smoke or something.
Yeah, during this like walk and talk, like you're
When
not.
we're talking about,
You're like half
yeah,
paying
Percival
attention. You're looking at every shop stall that we're walking past.
mean,
Yeah,
trying
Listen.
to figure out how the economy works, and Percival's mentioning that we don't steal something, and he knows our economy does not compute with this economy. But he's still trying to get something.
yeah, but yes. As you continue to walk, the probability of a watering hole appearing approaches 1. Like of course it's going to happen. This is a city. People want to get fucking hammered.
Yeah, but he recognizes he has no money.
Yes.
So he's looking for one that he could just kind of like
one that's got
sneak off on the
some
side.
outdoor counter service. And
Right, like somebody left their drink unattended at an outdoor bar.
I should roll for it, bro.
he's trying to swipe something. He's not
Perception,
trying. He's not trying to
investigation.
Okay.
acquire this in an honest way.
All right, so yes, there seems to be just such an establishment, and it's in between a couple of like really larger buildings, and it's really this small. It's almost like a ranch-looking thing. Like want to say 10 feet high, flat roof, and it's set maybe about 20 feet back in. There's sort of a wooden fence across the front of it from the edges of the two buildings that sort of encloses this courtyard in front, where there are a few picnic tables, but otherwise it's a very kind of plain looking brick building with a couple of windows in front, kind of have the that sort of, you know, like slant patterned bars on them, you know. But yeah,
Like,
there's
as
a few drinks out there. Like there's you know, there's people who are getting a little tipsy and probably not watching their stuff as well as they should be. If you want to make a sleight of hand check and try to lift something, I'd absolutely allow it, and you know, we're gonna see what happens.
So while he's sleight of handing that, I'm gonna go up to Brew, and I'm just gonna like tug on his boot, like way down on the ground. Bud, hey, can I help you?
Well, hey, little guy, what do you need?
He looks around at all of the medium-sized people to large people just walking around. Can I have uppies?
A piece of what?
Uppies. Can I come up?
A piece of what? I don't understand.
Making this real hard for me. Can I be picked up by you?
Oh, uppies. I see what you mean now.
Yeah.
Sure thing, little guy. And he just kind of like bends down, puts his arm kind of where you can grab it.
Chitoom's gonna scurry up to the shoulder. Sorry, damn, I just had to establish that.
Can Jam Jam make that a stealth roll instead of a sleight of hand roll?
Sure, I'll allow it. That sounds fine.
Okay, like as we're walking, Jam Jam just kind of like bounces over the fence and with a 15 tries to grab just a cocktail that might be sitting and then bounce back over the fence to join the group. Totally like penguin hopping, like straight over the like almost like.
Sorry, what was the roll again?
15.
15. Oh yeah, absolutely happens.
Yeah. So we just kind of. Yep. What's the one thing from track and field we have to jump over the bar?
Hurdles?
No, you go like flat over the bar.
Just the high
Pole
jump.
vault.
I think it's high
yeah,
jump.
I think it's the high jump if you're doing the Fosbury flop over.
But he has like he
pole.
has perfect penguin high jump form over it and then grabs it and
flops
back over.
Oh my god. So I'd like that we haven't been here for more than a few minutes and you've already like essentially swiped something from someone. Like you've already committed a crime.
Love it.
I'm not aware if it's a crime here or not yet.
Yeah, but
Right.
I mean, okay, hold on. But just like ethically and morally speaking, like stealing is usually frowned upon kind of anywhere.
Sure.
So
this is just me saying
is it a crime from where we come from, Jam Jam?
Yeah.
Then it's a crime.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I say. If you don't know the laws, you can't break them.
So what? You just like when you go over there, you like just grab like an unattended drink from a table and then just
I'm
run off
walking.
with it.
I'm walking at the back of the group. So hopefully you guys didn't notice me either. I'm not sure if you did or not.
I was debating whether I wanted to like make.
I was also
perception
debating.
check, but I feel like I'm too
Oh, I
focused
did.
on my
I did notice.
conversation with
Well,
March and like learning
Percival's
about
having a
this new
conversation.
place.
Brew is picking up Choom.
Yeah, I've got Choom just
I
climbing up on
I took
me.
the opportunity. Yeah.
I feel like I'd be the one that would take the most issue with it, but I'm paying the least attention to you.
Your shoulders are so taut.
I'm not sure if Lev. I'm not sure
So-
if Lev gives a shit about that kind of thing, or Glorp, but
No, Lev has already taken note that Jam Jam only cares about Jam Jam, seemingly.
It's good
Glorp
to know.
is paying attention to the Choom needing uppies situation and is trying to form their head into like the shape of a bumbo chair right now.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Worst case scenario, we have a fucking chair-faced Chippendale walking down the street with us.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Jim's
because of the
gonna-
rest, did you change anything else? Or are you still like vaguely woman-shaped?
No. I got rid of that as soon as skeleton
Yep.
was mentioned. I just turned back into like a blob with like, leg and arm forms and like a kind of head knob.
Forgot
there,
about the whole
so.
skeleton and potentially being a sore subject.
It's a
thing.
trigger word for Glorp.
Oh. Truman like see the chair forming. Wow, that's a choice. It's interesting. Is that what you want your face to look like?
I was just trying to help.
Oh, you want me to? Looks at his butt, gives it like a. We'll get there. We'll work up to that. I don't know if I'm quite ready for that yet.
I think what he's saying is you're not quite ready for that yet.
I feel
There's a
like,
certain level of
am I
commitment
ready for this right
involved
now?
but you're not like your skin's not gonna absorb whatever's on it. I feel like Glorp
Let's
might
hope
have
not.
that problem.
I mean,
Yeah.
that is how Glorp works. Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. My taste buds are up there.
Oh yeah, we almost just became way too close.
Surface tension is a double entendre.
So where are we going?
All right, so yeah, we walk in, like I said, we walk into, how I was talking like one of them churches, like actually like, tries to worship their God by doing shit for people's. Like it's heartwarming. It's all fine and good, but it's also an alternative that isn't like getting involved with a gang and trying to like shoot people and get fucking like, electrodes planted in your fucking skull and shit. Like some of these people get all fucking like weird, especially when they're trying to like steal information and secrets and shit. They going all like fucking like gluing like chunks of metal to their face and stuff. It's
You're talking about like cybernetics?
yeah, cybernetics. Look, I'm trying not to presume what you guys do and do not know. I mean, you're coming from a fucking like.
I've never like. It's not like that's anything that's a common practice. That is a level of a technology that commonplace. Yeah.
I mean, depends on how good you want it done, right? Like it's like a tattoo. Like you got to be a little picky. You got to be a little choosy if you want it done right. But if you want like just some jackass to like like screw electrodes into your skull, like he'll do it for $5.
I see.
He'll probably pay you $5 to screw electrodes into your skull. Like
Well,
it's
lots
Yeah.
it's a thing.
Can we rewind to the part
choices.
where you said people might like shoot or be shot or our
Yeah,
lives
well,
might
I
be in
mean,
danger?
like, look, yeah, like, there's, it's gangs, it's the slums. I mean, what do you want? Like, if you want nice, you gotta, save up a couple of bucks, maybe go to the Big Flying Saucer, or, get a government job up there or something like that. But like I was saying, like, government, it ain't so much a thing down here. It's just sort of community, right? But you know how communities can get. Like, there's some like shifty motherfuckers at the edge of the community, and
Side eye to March.
They like, look, I'm trying to be on the fucking straight and narrow with you.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
yeah. You're not
I'm like
shifty at all.
fucking, because March had rolled a 20 at the time. I'm like fucking Penguin there, man over there, who's gonna find himself at the intersection of fuck around and find out pretty soon, fucking lifting people's drinks. Like, okay, like, the police ain't gonna come get you, but whoever's drink that was might eventually come get you, and you ain't gonna fucking want that dude. Like, because that's gonna be one of the dudes with the fucking like -$5 electrodes in his head coming after you.
Jam Jam looks at you and slurps the last of the drink through the twisty straw.
How is there
Well-
always a twisty straw?
Look, some people, like, just because people are fucking hot doesn't mean they don't like the simpler things in life. Like, you don't have to grow up that much. You don't have to get out of twisty straws. Just because you fucking like beat people into the fucking pavement for a living doesn't mean you can't enjoy a fucking fruity drink. Like, it's the fucking future out here, man. It's not
I'm not
like
judging.
No judgment.
Yeah, I know. Fucking presumption of sexual dimorphism over here, man. Fucking,
God damn it.
As we're walking away,
like fucking like Mr. Biological Essentialism over here is trying to do his thing.
This guy reminds me of my dad.
It took me till tonight to find out who March was, and he's Bill Burr, apparently.
No.
Jam Jam goes to put the glass down, and whenever he puts it on, it just immediately falls off and breaks.
Is it because
He's just
you can't reach where you need to put it, or you just
Unexplicably.
Like, look, the Thirsty Mongoose was like 2 blocks back that way. Like, I don't know where you're trying to put your drink, just like on fucking somebody's stoop or something. But, like, I guess maybe throw your litter out? I don't know what to tell you, man.
Looks at giant piles of trash literally 5 feet away.
Yes. Try to be the future you want to see, or something like that. I don't know. I read that shit in a fortune cookie once. But, all right, look. So we're trying to get... I know. We're trying... Oh my fucking god, we're gonna go down. My god, if you're trying to bait me into saying rabbit hole, I'm gonna fucking rabbit punch you, okay? So yeah, after all that sideways talk, we're trying to go to the church. Like it's they call it Our Lady of Wonders. It's I don't know, they're fucking like a Lord Rel or something like that. I don't know. They're like trying to do good shit for people. But anyway, like kind of guy who runs it like the soup kitchen and the job bank down there, stuff like that, like trying to like, you know, get people to help people, that kind of shit, fostering a real sense of community and stuff. But anyway, his name's Jack Hayes, Father Jack Hayes. He's good people, probably like 2 or 3 of them, even though he's you know, one of those fucking like animated mayonnaise creatures.
I can't get that out of my head now.
Mayonnaise creatures. Are you referring to the humans you just described to us before in other ways?
Yeah, like that the fucking, yeah, it's weird. Like they're boring and evil at the same time.
Are you saying that all humans are evil?
No, of course not. Of course not.
Oh,
I'm just trying to make some broad generalizations here because, like, look, in the interest of time, I got to catch you up on like a lot of shit here. Like, we'll get into the outliers and stuff later. And let me tell you, this Jack Hayes guy, Father Hayes, he's a real outlier. Like, he's a true believer in this, like, Lord Rel guy. Like, thinking, like, if he does, like, really good shit for people, like, he does good shit for people, like, it's gonna make shit good, like, in somewhere other than here. But, you know, at least it's making shit good here. So what am I gonna do? Fucking argue with the guy?
No,
you know, if he's not doing that kind of work, I'd have to be doing that kind of work.
It seems like a good person to meet, honestly. It might help us maybe just get a little bit more accustomed to where we are here. And also,
yeah, well,
you know.
Yeah, it's either that or get fucking electrodes put in your head by fucking Gordon.
Yes, no, I think that we all are in agreement that it's not something that we're going to do. I know. Right? No, nobody here is having a sudden urge for that? Nope, didn't think so? Great.
Look, I might not be getting into any past traumas here or anything like that I got this fixation on fucking electrodes in the head, but like, look, you only got to see it. They happen to like 1 or 2 people, and look, fuck, man, like, no, thank you.
See. So you're taking us to meet this Father Hayes now? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, that's where we're going now. Is we're going? Yeah, you see the big gaudy building up there, like with the big old peak on it, like them the fucking like plus sign looking things, like with the extra like check marks and shit. Like I don't know what the fuck it's supposed to be, but that's like Lord Rel's handwriting or something. I don't know.
Okay, interesting. What does the symbol look like? I guess if I take a look at it. I know I'm forcing you to now come up with something, but
yes,
we are now establishing something as canon, so let's make it happen.
Exposition episode.
Yeah. Oh shit, are we having an exposition montage right now? Is that what's happening? Is that what this episode is?
Exposition montage.
Can name it Uppies and Exposition.
Draw on the symbol while we shoot the shit.
Who needs plot when there's exposition?
Ooh! Making something up as fast as he can.
All right, so it's a circle with a plus sign in it, and it looks like everywhere that the plus sign intersects with the circle, like there's an extra like hash mark kind of going diagonally up through it.
Yeah, okay, hold on. Can you show us, and then we will then put it in the you know, for the listeners out there who want to see what this looks like, we will put a picture of this in the episode thread in our Discord.
There we go.
Yes, okay, that is exactly what I was picturing. Sick. That was a very good description, Dave.
That's not what I was picturing, so thank you for the visual, but that was my brain.
Also I knew that.
I will take my wins at either end of the spectrum. how we maintain a healthy ego around here. Yeah, so I don't know. That's supposed to be like Lord Rel's handwriting or something. I don't know what the heck it's supposed to be like. Look, I don't really pay attention during the sermons. Like, I just try to, get a bowl of soup every now and again if the pantry runs out. You know what I mean? Like, you try to volunteer a little bit when you can, but I'm not trying to be all involved in that. I'm just not trying to, like, you have to, like, fucking rob people and shit.
I mean, that makes sense. See,
Yeah.
I guess, maybe my first impression of you was a little bit misguided. You definitely seemed.
I know, it probably wasn't. I'm an absolute fucking
side.
scumbag. No, you were right. Like, I'm a gigantic scumbag. I'm just trying to get you guys killed now. Like, I mean, you'll forever have to wonder if I'm, like, ever trying to, like, scam you in the future and I'm just, like, fattening you up so I can make the score worthwhile and shit. But, hey, so, yeah, now you got that stuff to freaking,
Sure, but I think
right?
that working together, like working as a team, I think always achieves better results than
Well, yeah, I mean, like,
selfish action.
Yeah. I also, like, I just freaking met you guys. I'm not trying to, like, get married to y'all. It's like, but,
I
like,
understand.
we're still gonna be, like, it's, we're trying to get you involved in the community here. Like, like people do stuff, they kind of make jobs for themselves. You make yourself useful around here, like you're gonna be able to leave well, I mean, it's gonna be a slightly less rickety life than whatever that thing you bumped into here is. Like, at least it's freaking stabilized now that we welded it to some shit. It's not gonna, like, fall apart.
That's good to know.
I suppose you're right. I guess so. That's just like that's our house now. Is what you're saying.
I mean, look, like you got property values that dirt cheap. I wouldn't turn a blind eye to that one. Like,
Never owned my own house before. I was always just renting an apartment. This is, I guess in a certain way, I guess things are looking up for old Percy.
Yeah, I mean, you got the weirdest fucking roommates though, dude. So I don't know, like,
well,
And they are surprisingly
What are
good
they-
company. At least most of them.
Do I hear him say that?
yeah, I think we all heard him. I think he said it right in front of us.
He is addressing the group. I'm pretty sure this is a conversation he's having with all of us.
Okay, so it sounds like all of us got some trust issues to work out here, but it's all right. It's all right. You should probably be just a little wary. Like that shit may get you not killed someday. May. I mean, like, I don't want to give you, like, false hopes here. Like, this is a fucking rough place here, guys.
So I have a question. If we have a
Yeah,
house, does that mean we have to pay property tax?
Okay, so you notice, like, everything's done by communities here, right? Like, there's not really so much
I
property.
guess.
You got what you can keep. Like, there ain't no government trying to take their score, but they ain't gonna be here to protect you either. It's kind of like it's really grid-like, but you kind of living off the grid a little bit too.
Think I'm starting to like this place.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm here. Like, look, you need a little bit of separation between, like, the well-defined world and where you need to be sometimes. And there's a good place for you. You get to lay low a bit.
Aside
There are other
from
places to. Okay, I'm sorry. You go ahead. Yeah, I think you've been trying to say something, Lou.
aside from the government and rich people, who are the other powers in this area?
Well, okay, so the big old flying saucer, that's called the Mother of Exiles, right? That's the mothership. That was the first ship in this whole flotilla thing, that sort of happened. Like, there was, some people got shot, some folks got roughed up, and a whole bunch of ships decided they were going to follow the big flying saucer around space. But that thing's been coasting around since, like, fucking forever ago. And I don't want to say the people on it are a little weird, but the original people on it were a little weird. They were a little freaking, like, I don't know. You guys got granola where you're from?
It is like similar. I think we call it oatmeal, honestly, but that is okay.
Yeah. The kind of people who are, like, enthusiastic about milk made out of oats and shit. Like, the kind of people who got opinions on, like, milk made out of, like, oats and nuts and stuff. Like, as opposed to, like, it's either milk or it's not milk, right?
I see.
Like, Like, look, my philosophy ends at skim milk there, but we getting a little off course here. Like, they're the kind of people who get
Right.
hung up on like really weird shit like that. Like, I mean, like they're not like sacrificing people or nothing like that. Like, they don't got like a third eye. They're
But-
just like they're a little yuppie-ish up there.
I understand. But down here in dirt and slum, who do we need to worry about around these parts? Partner?
Okay, so it seems like this heap of ships ain't big enough for the three of us, Pilgrim. All right, so yeah, no. Trying to like I try to act like the vid reels and it doesn't go well. It's a real disaster. I need to come up with my own original material. But so you got like the people who follow the church, Lord Rel and stuff like that. The sort of the good religious folks. There's a couple other churches around here. Like I don't pay too much stock in them. Some of them get a little preachy on people, but
I see. So because you mentioned gang earlier, and I didn't know if there was like big gang or bunch of little gangs that don't really bother
It's-
people, or because then you also said we could get shot, and that is like
they all try to mostly bother each other. Like and
okay.
it's it's a new one every freaking week around here too. Like the fucking like zap lasers and shit. Like the fuck is calling themselves zap lasers, and like people like wearing like red jackets with fucking like pills on the back and stuff, all riding around on like the motorcycles and shit. I don't know, like trying to like yell Canada at each other, something. I don't even know what the fuck they're doing, but whatever it is they're doing, they're yelling each other's names at each other or something. They can go have that as long as they're not trying to like fuck with us. But they do sometimes. It happens. Like they're trying to make a buck like everybody else, and sometimes somebody's gonna get shot or get robbed or something like that. But you try to stick close to the rest of your community. That's what we're trying to do here. Is like introduce you to some people, kind of get you a little grounded. So if you go missing one day, someone's gonna know you're missing. Like that's
Who's gonna know
sometimes
you're missing?
Well, see, here's the thing: is one of the reasons you're here is if you want to actually be missing, like not like like missing, but like missing, like. So right now, nobody's gonna be missing me, and that's the whole point of why I'm here. But
We'll be your
got a
friends,
couple of,
bud.
Yeah. Well, no, I got a couple of contacts there and stuff like that. Like Father Hayes, he knows everybody, obviously, but you might. But the whole point is, I'm trying to be here to like not be there. And he just kind of broadly gestures at the sky, and you can kind of see the two big steel mooring cables that are attaching it to the Mother of Exiles. That's still huge and taking up like half of the skybox, but also very distant because the thing is, like I said, fucking huge. It's totally.
And by sky, you mean like it's like we're in like space. And
How are we
yet-
breathing right now?
I mean, I as the player know about air envelopes, but like this concept to us might be foreign based on where we come from and how we operated stuff before, right?
Yeah.
It's just that, it's just like that's why I'm trying to like just explain sort of the shock, right? That we're all having that like this is all still happening, and like we're in space, and there's literal like cities built out of ships. Because we've never seen another planet yet, even still, right? We went from our planet to now essentially like a junk world. It's just like, you know what I mean? Like it's just like a huge culture shock, honestly. I think it's good to highlight that, right? But I guess like amid our questions and our panic, Percival, or not panic, but like just our curiosity, right? And Percival's gonna pipe up and just be like, I think it might be important for us to see this Father Hayes immediately. I think that some of us aren't necessarily trying to make this a permanent home. I, for one, miss my home. And, well, it seems we're probably going to have to make some money to be able to get back, because I don't think any of the money that we had is going to mean anything here.
So let's say you get all the money in the world together and you find yourself a celestial cab that could actually do the job. What kind of directions you gonna give them?
We
Just something to reflect on while you're trying to make all that money is just make sure in your calculations you figure out where it is you're going.
Yeah, you said you've never heard of. Well, that's not that's a problem we'll have to figure out, I guess, with time.
I'm also look, guys. I'm picking up vagrants off the street, so it's entirely possible that I might not be the sharpest tool in the shed either. So there's things that might not be accounted for in my reckoning here either.
Let's go talk to Father Hayes. Maybe.
He's a smart person. He knows where the smart people are. Probably living somewhere that isn't here, like up in flying suburbia up there or something.
I see. We'll continue to lead the way, and Jam, please refrain from stealing any other beverages on the way, please.
You live how you want to, bud. Wink.
Like, look, I've not seen anything.
You chew. I can hear you chew.
Oh, sorry, I'm not used to being head level, sorry.
Like, look, I ain't gonna like lie to you. This is a raw neighborhood. Like, people would do that shit to you. So, you got to calculate the risks versus rewards for yourself. Is all I'm saying. And so, continuing to walk along the Church of Lord Rel, Our Lady of Wanderers, growing ever closer. So anyway, like I was saying before, there's we're on the flotilla here, which is a whole bunch of ships that decided to follow the Mother of Exiles around space. There was a whole history event. I don't know. I didn't really go to school. Maybe somebody else can explain it to you. But there was like boom, boom. I don't know. This shit happened like 30 fucking years ago or something like that. Like I wasn't around. I ain't that old. But then some ships decided to fly it around. So you got floating suburbia there on the Mother Exiles, like all those people who really think you might be able to like diet your way to health and shit like that, and it's not because you make fucking enough money to not die. It's obviously it must be your fucking dietary choices, but whatever helps them sleep at night. And then you got the extra ritzy place over there that now that hell they call like Wisteria or something like that. They had to like name it like luxury apartments. I don't know. It used to have another name, but I can't fucking remember what it is. It's
these are ships.
Yeah, these are ships. Like you got the mothership, but you got other ships that like kind of follow it around, like
habitation ships.
Yes, like habitation ships. Like we're gonna get that. Like you got the Wisteria, which is like where they're really fucking fancy, like fucking martinis with their fucking pinkies in the air, kind of shit going on up there.
Jam's eyes light up at the mention.
I know what you're thinking,
martinis.
but like look, when you gotta pay like 100 fucking credits a drink, it's that 2-drink minimum starts to look a little excessive there. It's like that's date night material going out there. But you could get some goggle blasters here and like get your shit kicked in that way, just a little bit cheaper. Like don't worry, we'll find. Like look, there's nothing like being poor that will get people invested in finding new and interesting ways to get fucked up. Like you will get your sauce. It's just fine. But so yeah, rich people up on the Wisteria, and then like people used to do health clinics. There's still some health clinics around here because we can't go flying you to a different ship if you get like shot in the face or something like that. But like
keeps dropping these, just like sprinkling them in. You can't just go past that. Who's trying to shoot? Look, I'm looking around just to like see if I can see. There's just like crime happening everywhere. Is that what's going on right now? I'll do an investigation roll if you want.
It's possible he's overselling it. It's also possible that it's rare enough that it's not going to happen in broad daylight, for as much as this is daylight versus nighttime.
Yeah, I just want to, know. Like, seems like an important thing we keep just glossing over. Possibly getting shot in the face.
Look, dude, when it happens, you'll know. Just like, can you enjoy being thankful that things are going relatively normal here and people are just like trying to cheat each other by like charging too much for something? Like we're at our base entry level griminess here. Like like when shit goes down, shit's gonna go down quickly, and you're gonna find out. Like you hang around long enough, you're gonna see it. But
base entry level griminess, I love that.
Look, like I said, this ain't flying suburbia here. This is, we're like the salt of the earth and like the dirt of the earth and the, I don't know, other shit of the earth. happens to be. Like it is what it is. But anyway, like I was saying, there's health clinics, but like you got to go for the really good shit. There's a hospital up there called I don't know, like the Adam Bricka or something like that. Like it's one of those things that just got left here after that fight that started the whole thing, and they just turned it into a hospital. Like, yeah. So if you got to like go get operated on or something, maybe it'd happen up there. There's like shit tons of other ships flying around, like taxis and stuff, like hauling people to and fro, and like just regular ass ships, like just following in the wake, like business people and stuff. Like people come and go. It's a whole thing. But you know, every now and again, ships, you know, kind of start hitting the end of their life or something like that, and it happens a lot around here because, you know, one, a lot of shit happens around here, and two, like a lot of broke people shit happens around here. So, you know, ships kind of, you know, at the end of their life, they either get piloted or crashed into the, you know, into the raft here, and it just becomes the raft. That's, you know, works for everybody. Like, you know, what are we gonna do? Leave these things like floating in space? Like, we could be doing something here. And, you know, kind of always need more, oh gosh, what do the yuppies like to call it? Like low income housing or something like that. Like, there's always more of a need for that. And well, it just sort of metaphorically grows on trees around here. It's a whole recycling program, circle of life and shit. I don't know, find some lion person to explain it to you. But all right, so yeah, those are the ships. That's the flotilla, and we, you know, the flotilla just kind of floats around. I know it's a real descriptive kind of term there, but you know, there's this whole like known universe. There's people out there. It's like, you know, like a whole like federations and imperiums and shit trying to fight each other out there. There's, you know, like other people trying to sell shit, like for real, like not on the down low like here, but for real. They all kind of banded together at some point, and if they didn't want to band together, they all got swallowed up by this old big old company that does like tries to do everything. Like they sell information, they sell like your information, they sell other people's information, they sell all this stuff. Like, you want to buy a bar of soap, a gallon of milk, or a fucking vibrator or something like that, this is where you go, and they'll pitch anything you want. So that's sort of the basics. You know, I don't know, like I'm not too smart of a guy, I'm not too plugged in, so I'm gonna, you know, I ain't gonna be able to tell you like really accurate shit anyway. I'm just kind of giving you some broad generalities. I'm probably gonna need some sort of universe exposition myself at some point in the future, but you know, we'll get there when we get there. We'll burn that bridge when we get to it. But yeah, let's go walk off into the distance. Like, you know, we'll take this walk and talk and kind of, you know, trail it off there. That would be in like a nice amusing place to roll the credits, and you know, we'll go talk to the Padre next episode.
I'd prefer not to burn any bridges, though. It seems a little unsafe.
And what's this about, an episode?
Yes, that is where I would like to end tonight's episode of the Happy Series, folks. If you like us, we can be found on the internet. We're on this, like he's talking about things that grow on trees. Well, our links, they grow on a link tree. linktree.com/haplessheroes is where you would find the list of all of our links to all of our socials that I used to introduce back when we cared as much about some of those traditional socials. Like, who's really on Facebook anymore anyway? But we're there. Oh, God help us, we're there. And we're on Instagram.
We have reviews on Facebook that I did not even realize existed until today, that are all from like a year ago, 2 years ago. So I'm going to have to just apologize right now to all the people who did leave reviews for us on Facebook that I did not see them until like this week.
In my defense, I said the podcast service of your choice. Like, you know, it's
That's
optional
true.
for you to leave the review on Facebook.
Just while we're on the topic of Facebook. So
yeah.
Apologies
well, you know
now, putting it out there to the audience.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sure we can do some make right. You know, we can start reading some selections of those out on other times. You know, episodes when we don't have other 5-star reviews. You know, maybe, you know, throw them a little bone here, give them a little shout out. But anyway, we're on all those places. And also what you'll find there, you'll probably find it on a sticky link of most of our other socials as well, as an invite to our Discord server. That's the place where you can meet and greet and chat and hang out with us on a daily, nightly, weekly basis. We're there.
We're there. We're sometimes hosting events in there. Like by the time this episode is aired, we will have already had done our listening party, or the first episode of this season, you know, depending on how these things tend to go, we might do more of them, for like certain significant episodes, or just first, just to kind of like, do more to engage with our Discord audience and like hang out with y'all. Because it's been pretty fun. Like I've really been, we've been putting polls up in there. We have like threads to discuss like every individual episode so that, we can kind of keep spoilers contained. Like it's a really cool place. We put a lot of work into it. We really encourage you to join our community. It's a cool time.
Yeah. Yeah. If you really like us, you could leave a 5-star review on that podcast service of your choice, just sort of like I previously mentioned there. Or on Facebook if the spirit so strikes you, or anywhere else that people can review us. I mean, I probably shouldn't presume, but usually it's the podcast service for a podcast like us. You leave a review there. We're eventually going to see and find that review. Maybe it takes a little while, but we will do it. I promise you we will do it. We will see you and we will notice you, Senpai, and we will read it out on air and recognize you as the 5-star human that you are. I know, right? And if you can't leave one on the service of your choice, come on over to our Discord. We got a little channel called 5 Stars where you can leave it there. Same deal. We'll read it. We'll recognize you, for your review and, pump us up a little bit too. Because, we like reading our own reviews there. I'm not proud. I'll sniff my own farts. I don't care.
Yeah, and I have someone to shout out. So I think we did Meet Popsicle last time. So this one comes from Wombat Man on our Discord server, who I guess had recently finished binging our show in the last 3 months at work, which again, I'm just going to say this again. The people who have binged our show, now let's just contextualize this for everybody one last time. There are over 300 episodes of like our first campaign. And for anyone who could possibly binge through that, it's just insane to me, like in a short period of time. And the fact that some of y'all have done it more than once, and even some of you have done it like more than 5 times, y'all are insane. But anyways, they say that personally, they feel we are the best D&D podcast around. They say, I love how you don't take yourself too serious, keep politics out of it, whether it's all of Zach's characters and voices, the constant derailing of the story, or everybody's particular quirks, aka the Hoblet timer or I have a plan. Thanks for that shout out. You guys sure know how to put out a show. Apologies to John, but no matter what you played, my mind could only imagine you as a Dragonborn for some reason, just because your voice would be great for one. So that's shout out, John. And all in all, thanks for all the time and effort you guys put in to make such a great show. And looking forward to season 2. Would recommend 5 stars. Hopefully you're here now listening to this, Wombat Man. Thanks for the review. You're awesome. And again, thank you to everybody who left us reviews on Facebook that I completely did not notice until this week. Really appreciate you. We'll definitely give you a shout.
Someday, when we get to you. Because, I mean,
I promise we will. Yeah.
We're good people, but we're only kind of good. So if you really, really like us, you could donate to our Patreon, patreon.com/haplessheroes. We have a variety of reward tiers where you can just give us a little, attaboy, we support you. And there's, you go up a little bit and you can get access to our kind of secret Discord channel where we all post with our pinkies up, and you get access to our outtake audio and some of our between 2 episodes little features that we do, a little bit of bonus content for those of you who kind of contribute to us, and we do very much appreciate it. As we use it to cover our hosting costs and equipment. We're just trying to bring you the sort of ad-free entertainment that the people crave in this over-commercialized day and age.
Plus tasteful nudes.
Yes, always tasteful news.
Still offering.
You see, we keep saying that, and I can't believe we're bringing it back for another season. I never has there ever actually been a reward tier for tasteful nudes.
There will be though.
Nor
there could
will
be.
we
Promise
ever,
you this.
Fucking Hapless Heroes OnlyFans coming in 2024. Oh no.
Yep. Gotta make that money.
Make that money.
That sweet, sweet Patreon money.
That's where all the Rule 34 of our characters is going to go.
Yep.
Love it.
$1 bill, y'all.
Totally support this.
All right, so yeah, nothing else we can really do. Nothing else I can say. That makes me feel this way besides outroing our cast, which I will do from my left with Choom Daloom, played by Sebastian.
I don't think we spent enough time talking about getting shot in the face.
To his left, we have Glorp Glop Glop, played by Nicole.
Night, everybody.
To her left, we have Brunner Brew Blitzboar, played by Mike.
I do love a good expedition. Sorry, let me take that again. I do love a good exposition episode.
Yeah, an exposition expedition.
Right.
And now it's not getting cut. And now it's not getting cut. And your mistake will be heard for the world. No, I'm just kidding.
I do love a good expedition episode.
And yeah, and you made that joke up, and no one else did before that.
Wow, just way to take it from him. Like come on.
I mean, he's the editor. He can do whatever.
Yeah, I guess he can. Like,
he can make us all go if we really wanted to.
motherfuckers, our benevolent dictator over here gets to claim prima nocta on our jokes.
What the fuck, man?
That's blooper reel shit right there.
I've been playing March too long, and it's leaked into my personality, and just everything is going to be a roast from now on. It's going to be horrible.
I'm here
going to
for
drive
it.
everybody out of my life. It's going to suck.
He went so method.
It was so much better when I was Dad Joke Dave.
Finish the outro.
To his left, we have Lev Zangief, played by Lou.
I do feel like we should expand on the face shooting thing.
Yes.
To his left, we have Jam Jam, played by John.
Until next time.
And to his left, we have Percival Flathest, played by Francesco.
See you next time.
My name is Dave. I've been your host and Dungeon Master for this evening. We'll see you next week as we expose ourselves a little bit more to the local community. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Why'd you put it like that?
You want to see what I got under this coat?
No, stop!